Okay, for more on this, we are now being joined by Adrian Calamel, fellow at the Arabian Peninsula Institute and a terrorism and Middle Eastern scholar. Adrian is joining us live from New York. Adrian, welcome back to WION, and thank you so much for joining us on this edition. So, Israel is seemingly gearing up for this Rafah assault. The Biden administration tried hard to dissuade Prime Minister Netanyahu, according to reports that we're hearing. But is that working?
Susan, thank you for having me back. It's great being back on the show. Great question. Is it working? It's not going to work at the end of the day. We know Biden administration was very clear after October 7th and a few months after that Hamas needs to be eliminated. And why Rafah has become front and center is because right around April 1st, the IDF had the last 4 battalions, I believe, of Hamas pinned down in Rafah. Now, a month has gone by, and I don't know if they're all still there, but it has become the belief is that a majority of the Hamas fighters are there. But we also have the problem that has been plaguing the IDF throughout this, and that is Hamas uses human shields, and they will continue to use human shields and use the Palestinian people. So that's kind of where we are. And action needs to be taken to eliminate Hamas. But the Biden administration is, through leaks, through endless ceasefire negotiations, been putting pressure on Israel over time not to take this step.
And Adrian, what implication could the reported hold on U.S. ammunition shipments to Israel have on the dynamics of the Israel-Hamas war? And how much of Biden's policies towards Israel is for a domestic audience?
See, that's the problem. Great question, Susan. That's the problem. A lot of this is for a domestic audience, and for specifically 2 voting bases in Michigan and Minnesota. If you want to look at it really cynically, it's too early to tell if this specific issue is going to drive a wedge and make a serious impact with the American populace, if they'll see this as just another bad policy, bad messaging, bad precedents by this administration during the whole prosecution of this war. Americans, if you look at the college campuses, we've seen the scenes play out at Columbia. We've also seen counter protests play out at schools such as Alabama, University of Texas, Ole Miss, LSU. There are if Biden administration thinks that allowing this type of lawless activity that is supporting basically Hamas, if you look at this, if supporting Hamas on a college campus and it's a vocal minority is going to help him, it's actually backfiring. It is mobilizing people against him and against these policies. So he's playing a very dangerous game just for a couple voting districts.
So well said, dangerous indeed. And there was someone that said, that more Americans everywhere else will be voting in 2024 other than Michigan. We'll be watching closely. And Adrian, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for that thorough analysis.
Thank you again, Susan.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.